Everyone knows how to find the age of a fallen tree. We count the number of rings on the tree's stump. A scientist has found a new way to measure the age of people and get them to stand on one leg. Dr. Kenton Kaufman from the Mayo Clinic in the USA said standing on one leg shows how well a person can balance. He said balance becomes more difficult as we age. Dr. Kaufman added, balance is an important measure because, in addition to muscle strength, it requires input from vision, the hearing system, and the senses. He added, good balance provides the ability to carry out activities of daily living without the fear of falling, and this leads to improved quality of life and healthy aging. 40 people over the age of 50 took part in the research. They did tests for walking, balance, grip, and knee strength. Each participant had to balance on their dominant and non-dominant leg for 30 seconds. They did this with their eyes closed, and again with their eyes open. Kaufman found that standing on the non-dominant leg showed the highest rate of decline with age. There was a 2.2 second per decade decline when participants stood on their non-dominant leg. This compared to 1.7 seconds for the dominant leg. Kaufman concluded, standing on one leg is a good measure of your overall health, because balance reflects how the body's systems are working together. A thought-provoking study from scientists in the USA has suggested a third state that exists after life and death. This somewhat mind-blowing concept posits a phenomenon in which the cells in the organs of a deceased body adopt new functions after the body dies. Biologist Peter Nobel and bioinformatics researcher Alex Pozitkov explained how cells transform after their host organism dies. The scientists wrote, these findings demonstrate the inherent plasticity of cellular systems and challenge the idea that cells and organisms can evolve only in predetermined ways. They added, the third state suggests that organismal death may play a significant role in how life transforms over time. The scientists suggested the existence of two kinds of biobot that are integral in the mechanics of the third state. Wiktionary.org defines a biobot as a robot that is partly or wholly biological in nature, as for example, plant cells or animal cells that can perform tasks such as moving and reacting. The researchers termed one biobot as a xenobot. This reorganizes cells into a new multicellular organism. Other biobots are anthrobots. These are capable of self-assembling cells and moving around. The scientists said xenobots exist beyond the traditional boundaries of life and death. They added the bots offer prospects for new treatments and personalized and preventive medicine.
We all know that being in nature is good for us. New research suggests that being in the natural world for just 10 minutes can help our mental health. The research also says spending time with others in natural environments can help relationships. Even being in city parks and gardening can make a difference. A study from the City University of Hong Kong found that nature increases how we see other people as fully human. The researchers say this makes us help and cooperate with others more. We become more sociable. This makes us feel better about ourselves. We feel more positive, so our mental health improves. Helping other people can also reduce our stress and anxiety. Mental health is an issue that is growing around the world. More people are suffering from anxiety, depression, and other psychological disorders. The National Alliance on Mental Illness in the USA reported that 1 in 5 Americans has mental health problems. The research contains good advice on how nature can help with these issues. It says time spent among trees or in fields is linked with better sleep and improved concentration. One study from Chiba University in Japan found that even flowers have positive effects on mental health. Researchers found that employees who had a vase of roses on their desk became calmer and less stressed after just 4 minutes.
Increasing numbers of people worldwide are opting for cosmetic surgery to enhance their looks. What prospective patients may not know is that procedures to change the color of one's eyes are the riskiest. Research conducted by the online eyewear store Overnight Glasses asserts that eye color surgery comes with a 92% likelihood of complications. Eye color change tops the researchers' list of riskiest cosmetic procedures. Such operations include iris implants and laser pigment removal. There is also a procedure called keratopigmentation. This is a permanent eye color change in which a special colorant is inserted into the eyes using precision laser technology. Earlier this year, the American Academy of Ophthalmology released a warning against eye color change procedures. Dr. Ashley Brissett highlighted things that could go wrong. These include dye leakage, allergic reactions, infections, sensitivity to light, damage to the cornea that can lead to cloudiness or vision loss, and ultimately blindness. She said, anything that we do with the eyes, we have to be very, very cautious. The researcher said recovery time can be up to 2 months, and the average cost of surgery is $12. 000. Ophthalmologist Nicole Bajic advised getting colored contact lenses instead of going under the knife. She said this, can give you the look you want without putting your eye health at risk.
There is an outbreak of a new variant of the deadly Mpox virus in parts of Africa. The World Health Organization, WHO, has declared a global health emergency. It has called for urgent action to curb the virus. The first instance of the variant was found in Congo on the 1st of June. It has since spread to 13 African nations. On Thursday, Sweden reported a case. A day later, Pakistan confirmed it had a patient. The WHO said there have been more than 14,000 cases and 524 deaths this year. On Friday, Europe's Center for Disease Prevention and Control said more imported cases of Mpox were highly likely. However, it said the chances of local outbreaks in Europe were very low. Mpox is primarily transmitted through close skin-to-skin contact with infected people or their contaminated clothes or bed sheets. It can also spread through close proximity to someone who sneezes or coughs. People can also catch it by talking or breathing too close to an infected person. The WHO says MPOTS is less contagious than COVID-19, which was an airborne virus. Common symptoms of Mpox include rash, fever, and muscle aches. The rash develops into hundreds of pus-filled blisters, which may be itchy or painful. There are insufficient supplies of the Mpox vaccine in Africa. Most supplies are stockpiled in the West as part of their own emergency preparedness. There is good news for people who have allergies. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, in the USA, has approved a nasal spray to treat emergency allergic reactions. The WHO says up to 40% of people worldwide suffer from an allergy. Around 11% of people have a food allergy. Allergies can cause a condition called anaphylaxis. This is life-threatening. Anaphylaxis is caused by allergens like peanuts, dairy products, bee stings, fresh fruit, and many other things. People who suffer anaphylactic shock can have different symptoms. These include dangerously low blood pressure, vomiting, or diarrhea. Some people experience a swollen tongue and/or throat, which can cause trouble breathing and lead to death. The new nasal spray is called Neffy. It means people no longer need an EpiPen injection, they simply spray the drug up their nose. This is welcome news for people who have a fear of needles. Neffy is the first treatment of anaphylaxis that is not treated by an injection. An FDA spokesperson said, anaphylaxis is life-threatening, and some people, particularly children, may delay or avoid treatment due to a fear of injections. The availability of the nasal spray may reduce barriers to rapid treatment of anaphylaxis. She added, Neffy provides an important treatment option and addresses an unmet need. Neffy will initially be available in the USA. It is likely to be rolled out worldwide in the coming years.